So, when your best friend says you need to have a disclaimer in the beginning of your podcast because the lawyer in her is screaming, you do it. Here's my disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a therapist. I am not even an expert. I am you. I am bringing information to you as I see it. But don't take my advice. Make your own choices and make them good choices. On with the show.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about cannabis.
Community violation. Code Green Plant.
Oh my goodness.
And we're back for part 2 of Christmas Chaos.
Oh,
Welcome back to... She's still in chaos.
Here I am. I said, here I am.
Ignore
Winded
her.
again.
Ignore her.
Once again.
We're back in chaos. Let's continue on our little... Let's kind of venture into Christmas and where we are there.
Let's.
So, Okay, well, first let's introduce. We have a new segment that we're going to start doing, and Phoebe has named it so appropriately. Tell us about the new segment, Phoebe.
Burning topics. It's hot topics, but, burning. It's burning up.
Burning up.
Okay, insert smoke emoji or smoke.
Yes.
Smoke.
Okay, so let's...
You can make that happen, Christy.
Yeah, so let's do our... Welcome to Burning Topics. And then... This is so stupid. So perfectly stupid. I love stupid, though. It makes me happy. Now that we have burning topics, was there a topic that you came with today?
Well, my topics would have been in my phone, which, as we discussed earlier, I left at my sister's. All of my show notes were in my phone.
Well, I got a topic for you then. Let me bring the topic. Okay, first let's start with the most important update.
Follow up
Snoop Dogg.
Yep, I knew. Okay.
So I was right. Let's just put it in the universe.
Yeah.
I was right. I did have a few different endings, but that was one that I did say, which was he was doing a marketing stunt to get everybody's attention. And it worked.
It worked. It worked big time.
Right?
Yeah, it worked.
So good. So good. I want to be that famous where I could just say something and the world goes crazy.
And you get paid a lot of money to do it too. Like I bet he got paid so much money to do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it equally benefited him and the company. Had to have. So
he was marketing a smokeless grill.
Yep.
And that's why he used the word smoke.
Giving up smoke.
It was a play on words. It was very, very smart, and everybody was like, "Really?"
He did good though. Yeah.
You gotta
it was
give
good.
applause.
It was smart.
Where
Yeah.
due. Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
I agree. That was a good one. It was a good stunt. I'm glad that's what it was too, because it did just feel like the universe would have been out of alignment if Snoop wasn't smoking. It'd be like if Willie stopped. Like, it just wouldn't feel right in this world.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Willie, I did on the last episode. You said go look it up and put a picture on YouTube for that on our episode. I did. I did go do that, and I saw exactly what you were talking about. How he has this simple cut, clean cut look, but you could still see a little bit of the Willie in the face. But in a suit, he's in a suit. Yeah. So it just proves that takes a little while. A little age to come into your own and figure out who you are, because that definitely wasn't who he was on the inside. It was he was being on the outside, because of society most likely is what led him there. But so that was really cool to see him like that. The other thing we had talked about was Diddy, and there's a few more things that have been popping up since then.
A lot of stuff.
One thing that specifically popped up, and I think this was like 2 days ago, there was a bodyguard that came out and was talking about what he saw with Cassie, and that bodyguard is now missing.
What? Christy. Are you serious?
I swear. I think I saved it on my phone. Hold on.
Oh, no. I did not know that. I hadn't even seen that yet.
He's gone off of social media. Did I save the... Yes, I did. I did.
Ex-bodyguard disappears from IG after claiming to have witnessed alleged assaults. I was sick of having to cover up everything that you did. Roger Bond said it earlier this week. And now all of a sudden he just magically disappeared.
So that's the only one that I've seen on it. I haven't seen if this came true to light or not, but he's definitely disappeared off of social media after that.
Yeah.
That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like there were rumors of other people that were just disappeared. So that's, I hope it's
why would he do that now with the spotlight on him? Why would he do it now? Like, that's not smart.
No. So you'd have to think that's not what actually happened. You know, this guy might have just got overwhelmed with everything and needed to take a break for his own sanity. Hopefully that's it.
Yeah, but if I was a betting girl, and you already know I am, I would bet that he did get a phone call or an email or a text message that said, shut your mouth. Not necessarily a threat, just shut your mouth. And he probably shut his mouth. So, you know, that's my guess.
Oh,
allegedly.
Wait. I just found an article that says he's returned to social, but he's not talking about Cassie and Diddy anymore.
You think he got money?
I don't know.
I mean,
or like you said, he got a phone call.
But
okay, it was about the money. I would have grabbed that paper. Oh, he's talking about why he did it. I chose to do it this way because I didn't need a platform to tell my truth. I was pocket watching. I got in my feeling, and a real man can't do that. And after he blew trial, I wanted him to have the best attorneys for his appeal. I don't know what he's talking about.
If it was me and I said something that I knew was scary and I got a phone call or a text, well, first of all, I'm a chicken. So I'd be like, okay, not a problem. Not a problem. But if it was about my own story, I would definitely tell it. And the only thing that would stop me from telling it would be any kind of something towards my family. That would stop me in my tracks immediately. So maybe, I don't know. This is all alleged. This is all speculation. We have no idea. We're obviously not involved, but it's interesting to kind of try and pick the brain of everything that's happening and the people involved. Anyway, you look at it, it's sad, but I'm glad Cassie got her money. I hope nobody else comes up missing in this crazy, chaotic situation.
Right. And the stories are crazy. I do enjoy hearing the stories coming out. I don't enjoy what he did, but
no,
I'm glad we know about it.
Yeah. So that was one thing that I saw there. Christmas tree topics. Or
Christmas tree,
not Christmas tree. Well, that's what I have written down in my show notes. But what I found, because I figured, first day of Christmas, why not get everybody prepared? So I pulled up an article, and it's from Royal Queen Seeds, and it is the top cannabis strains for Christmas 2023.
Ooh,
I know. I thought that was pretty cool. They've compiled a Christmas list of strains that will see you through the winter. So whether you've been naughty or nice, check the list twice and order your own little helpers. And it is, it's number 1 is Royal Jack Auto. It's a winter companion. This is a perfect strain for Christmas Day. Flavorful and rich, Royal Jack Auto provides a high somewhere between utter relaxation, that's cool, and through the roof euphoria. Well, who doesn't want to feel euphoria? I'm like,
especially this time of year.
Yeah. Especially when enjoyed alongside sweets and presents. And then it goes into, 16% THC, all that kind of stuff. The next one is Royal Cookies. Make sure your fridge is stocked. Santa's not the only one devouring cookies on Christmas Eve, you can too enjoy a sweet treat in the form of Royal Cookies with a high THC content. Royal Cookies delivers an uplifting and undeniably chill high. But that's not all. The strain is synonymous with the munchies. So even if you feel like you may have overindulged in the festivities with food, Royal Cookies will have you reaching for another plate of leftovers soon. Mm-hmm. So if you're watching your weight, you might not want to do Royal Cookies.
Right.
OG Kush, which I think everybody's heard of. And this one says a belly full of laughs. OG and a belly full of laughs. While some of your friends and family might not be able to make it to your Christmas party, OG Kush is here to help. A standout strain for well over a decade, this one lands a great mental and physical high, complete with fits of laughter, just when you need it most in the holiday season. You've heard of OG Kush, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we all have. Have you heard of the other two? The holiday cookies?
No, hadn't. Okay. I want to try them now. I wish I lived somewhere I could just go pick that up at the store.
Right? Number 4, Lemon Shining Silver Haze.
That's quite the name. That one.
I know.
No, that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious. It sounds like something I want to eat.
I know, right? It makes me hungry. This one says, party on. With Christmas comes an endless amount of parties and gatherings. At least it used to. With that, sometimes you just need a little help to get the party started. This is where Lemon Shining Silver Haze comes in. This tasty sativa-dominant strain provides a zesty, festive burst of citrus that's always refreshing. Okay, everybody's heard of this. Northern Light. You've heard of Northern Lights, right?
I don't think so.
Get out of here.
No.
Wow. I think maybe it's, why haven't you heard of that?
I don't know.
I've always heard of that. I think maybe it's in Indiana, because I was in Indiana for a long time and Northern Lights was really popular there. All right, well, let's see what it says. There's no denying the Christmas period is an exhausting time, whether you've overeaten or you've had to sit next to your boring, talkative uncle at the family dinner. It's a time of year that seems to take forever to roll around. And once it's here, it's gone before you know it. What makes it worse is the effect that it has on your sleep. Sometimes we just need a little helping hand. This comes in the form of Northern Light, a relaxing indica strain that will give you all the soothing vibes you're looking for. And a healthy night's sleep. Yes. And this has 18% THC in it.
Ooh. This
one is called, I haven't heard this, bonus strain, Solomatic CBD. No buzz required. As all the strains on our list have featured a fair share of THC, it's only right that we add a CBD strain to the mix. While it won't give you a buzz to help drown out the endless Christmas chatter, it will definitely provide you with great flavors and aromas. Solomatic CBD is ideal for those get-togethers where you still want to have the cannabis taste and chill vibe. If your grandmother doesn't believe you, you can always offer her your joint to prove your sobriety. Okay. Maybe not. I wouldn't suggest that.
I don't know.
You didn't hear it.
You gotta have a pretty cool grandma to say, okay.
Try this, Gram.
Right.
Yeah. We don't want any part of that. So those were the names. So you'd only heard of OG Kush, and I'd heard of Northern Lights, but the rest I haven't heard. They're getting fancier and fancier with the strains.
They are.
You know, I think that's pretty cool.
I'm coming down now off all that like adrenaline, and now I just want to take a nap.
You can't take a nap, Phoebe.
No, I'm not going to. I got too much to
do. Okay, so we've covered the Christmas tree strain. Your room would suggest that you have started Christmas shopping.
I've started. I'm like halfway done, I think.
Oh my God.
Well, also because I'm not doing so me and my family, we decided we're really only buying for the children this year. Like, I'm not buying for my sisters and nieces, and we're buying for the great nieces and nephews at this point. And then my son, if you're under 18, that's who we're buying for in the family. And there's not smart. A lot of those. Yeah, because it's we just struggle over getting each other something. I don't know what to get them because they have everything, and we force it. And then it's for what? And you spend a bunch of money. So we all agreed.
asked me to buy her worms.
Worms?
For her garden. For her garden.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I'm not buying you worms.
That's a strange gift.
I'd have to keep them alive, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Just go get them on the day before. Christmas Eve. Go to Walmart and get you some worms. No, don't go to Walmart. That would be horrible on Christmas Eve.
You don't like me going to Walmart. You don't like anybody going to Walmart. We've already
I go all the time. It's fine. Whatever. It's a necessary evil. They're all evil. But worms, that's an interesting, but I'm getting big gifts. Like one big thing, for my husband even. Like I told him, I'm like, you're not going to have a lot under the tree this year. You're going to have very meaningful things and very nice things that you like. But it's not going to be much of it.
So you have in mind what you're getting him, or you got it already?
About half and half. Like I said, I'm about halfway done. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of the kids I'm done with. And like I said, I got all this stuff over here. And I actually just remembered, I have an advent calendar that I bought. And I got to dig to get to it. And it's already, what are we on, day 2?
Yeah.
I've missed 2 punches on my advent calendar. It's a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation advent calendar. So I'm very excited about that. Clark Griswold, that's who I aspired to be like with all my Christmas chaos.
You're doing well. Congratulations.
I am. You're right.
You're meeting your goals. That's funny you say advent calendar, because when I was looking for Christmas and cannabis stuff, one of the popular things that popped up is the advent calendar for cannabis. There's a bunch of them.
That sounds so cool. Oh my God, that is like an awesome idea.
Yep.
That's a cool idea.
Yep.
We should try to make a product for next year related to CBD or what's legal in the state and do something like that, because you get to try 25 things. That's cool. That's a cool idea.
They have, when I was looking at a couple of things, they have like one is like a container for your, your weed. And then another one is like they had like days. The second day was like a glass pipe to smoke. And so it's different like accessories to it. And then you probably add the hemp derived or whatever bag or not as the side gift, as the main gift, obviously the main gift.
Yeah, that's such a cute idea.
I know.
You can put all kinds of stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. And I noticed something when obviously my feed is going to pull cannabis stuff. It's just drawn to me because of everything we're doing. And so one of the things that I saw, which was very clever marketing, is there's this pink case and it's all for your cannabis stuff. It's got like a grinder and you open it. It's like a toolbox looking thing and you open it up and it's got all these different accessory parts in it for your weed. And then you close it up and you just put it wherever, which my mom had one. Actually, it was red. It was like an actual toolbox that she would keep all of her stuff in. And then she had the underneath tray and, the little grinder stuff. But this one was marketed as, how did they put it? Something about compartment space thing, but they took it out and then they had like this powder or something they were using to demonstrate. I'm like, that is freaking clever, because they're not saying cannabis, but it's so obviously cannabis. It was so smart. The marketing was perfect. So I saved it. I loved it. I thought it was really good. I should get you that. You might love that.
I might. I don't know. I might.
So the advent calendar is a good idea, Phoebe.
That is a cool idea. That's a super cool idea. Super cool idea.
So you've done half. I haven't. What are you doing? What's happening over there?
It's just
is that a Lego spaceship?
Yep.
Did you make it?
No, my son did.
Okay.
It's a Star Wars. He's into Lego stuff, making Legos. I told you I got shit everywhere. Mm-hmm. This is all on my desk. I got this. Isn't that cute? You made that.
That is cute. That is definitely cute.
I'm moving stuff around, and
you're trying to clean while you're in the middle of your podcast is what you're doing. I'm on to you. I am so on to you.
Shit, I wasn't even doing it on purpose. You're on to me, and you're correct. Thank you for calling me out. It's because it's making me feel chaotic being in here. This room has been like on my nerves all week, and I'm like, oh my God, I needed to get it together. And it's one of those. Yeah, you see those memes where people get started on like cleaning out their kitchen, and then they're sitting in the middle of all these cans on the floor, and it's like when you lose the energy, that's what happened. Is like I had all this, get my Christmas stuff done, and then that's done, but I'm like, wah wah, I gotta do something in here.
Well, I think it's important that we talk about your cleaning thing. You are a super cleaner. I would label Phoebe a super cleaner. And so that may help you understand why she's cleaning while she's in the middle of a podcast.
Oh, shit, I'm doing it
again. Because she's just out of her element right now. It's making her nuts. And the thing is, most times cleaning makes people not peaceful. It's like, gotta do this shit again, freaking dishes again. Phoebe is like, yay, dishes.
Yeah, I don't mind doing dishes, actually. Yeah, you're right, I don't.
she's got that. Brings her peace. It brings her peace. And so the room behind her is not bringing her much peace while she's doing this.
It's not.
The room
is not bringing me joy.
The room is actually why we called this Christmas Chaos, because she's like, Christy, I don't know if I got to talk to you about this episode because my room is a mess. And I'm like, and? She's like,
I can't get it. I'm not going to be able to get it before the podcast.
I'm like, I don't care, Phoebe. You're fine. We'll just make it chaotic.
But I do, and you see my mind cares. My mind's like, right along with the chaos.
I see it. But honestly, it's
I feel like pulling stuff out. Can I pull stuff out? I want to show you stuff.
You can. If it makes you feel peaceful, I'm here for it. What do you got for us? Show and tell?
No, we're not going to do show and tell.
Oh.
I'd be showing you toys. This is a cannabis podcast.
Oh. This is true. Well, I mean, it's whatever. But yeah, we're in a cannabis station. Okay, so also, and she showed me the Friends episode of... Go ahead. Explain the Friends episode. Because it's so good.
These are such deeply personal things, Christy.
No, I just talked about smoking and in my shame with that.
That's true.
You can tell me a Friends Christmas episode or a Friends episode that you love.
It's the episode where Monica, who I really can relate to, like you said, with the whole cleaning thing. And I don't have as many towel categories as Monica, but...
She relates on a very level.
I relate to her in a lot of ways. And there's an episode where Chandler, her husband's trying to get into this closet in her apartment that like no one's ever been in. And he's like trying to sneak into it and trying to get the key. And finally at the end of the episode, she's gone and he takes the door off the hinges to pull it out and see what is in the secret closet she has in it. And it's just a mess. Like the whole closet is filled to the top with crap. And she's such a neat, like, clean OCD person. And then to have this closet, and then he makes a line like, I married Fred Sanford.
I love that. I love that. I'm kind of a mix of Rachel and Phoebe.
I'm a lot of Phoebe, and I'm Phoebe and Monica. I'm not really Rachel at all. So I can definitely see you being Phoebe and Rachel.
Yeah.
And I got Phoebe and Monica. That's funny.
A complete disaster, but I make light of it.
See, and I was totally OCD, but then I had this crazy ass childhood like Phoebe.
There you go. There you go.
That's how I'm like Phoebe with the weird ass stories. I'm like, you did what? Like, a guy chased you around with a knife on Christmas Eve?
Like what? Maybe we should get into that. No.
Right.
Are you serious right now?
No, that's something she said.
Oh, I was like, that's something we should unpack together.
No, I told you my dad used to chase me around with guns, I guess. So
I mean,
had a similar little gist. Like I said, Phoebe has a lot of those moments like I do. Remember in the one she jacked Ross? Oh God, I shouldn't even said this.
What?
Oh, and I do have to circle back to like, so people listening aren't like, what? But the Monica thing, I have closets like that. And that's how that came up with Christy. As I told her, I have a closet in my house that is like that. And after Christmas, it's not. I cleaned it out because a lot of what I had in there was Christmas stuff I bought last year. And so that closet is where it's my overflow room. And it's one of them ones like you got to open the door fast and throw it in and shut it because otherwise stuff might come piling.
I love it.
You would never know it. The rest of my house is spotless.
I mean, I do. Her office is spotless too.
Yeah.
Mine's more chaotic.
But now this room has become that Fred Sanford closet. The whole room.
I think. Do you remember The Odd Couple?
No.
Okay. Have you heard of The Odd Couple?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I never watched it either, but there is the really, really messy one, and there is a really, really clean freak in that episode. And so I think that's us.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure that's us, because I have chaos, but I know exactly what's in my chaos, you know? And if you move it, it looks like it could be moved and put in a pile, but then it just throws off my world. It's like, whoa, did you move that pile of stuff over there? That was my pile that I knew what was in it. I need that.
Yeah.
My daughter knows that too. She's like, okay, it's your chaos pile. Yes, it is. It is. But I don't know. I feel good when my mess is cleaned up. I feel good. But then I notice as soon as something comes into my clean world that's messy, then I get in a bad mood. And I'm like, I don't want to live in a museum because everything's going to piss me off. Like, with my dogs and my kid, everything's going to piss me off. So it's like, it's easier to live in normal, just not too clean. And that's what, when I was a kid and I go over to families' houses and their house was like a museum, I was afraid to do anything in there. And I'm not saying this is you. Please know that this is not about you. I'm just saying for me. Fun. Yeah. So for me, that's what I was like, oh my God, I don't want to mess anything up. That's why, it's just, I want to be more like you though. That's the thing. Like, because I'm not like you. I want to be more like that.
Yeah. Well, now I'm more balanced, I think, because having a son and a husband that are messy and, boys, dirty, stinky boys. Yeah. So I'm a lot more, I had to get over all that. So I'm more, but it does bother me. And like on Friday, especially if I've had a hard week, like I said, my husband knows, just get out of the way because I'm about to be scrubbing and getting this house clean again and back in order. It'll get a little messy, but it won't stay messy long, And then,
that's your release. Just like cigarettes are mine. Actually, that's the most thing we have in common there on our Fridays. It's like, oh, fuck, man, a hard day. I want to have a cigarette. And you want to clean. I would much rather that. God, I would much rather that. But actually, when I wasn't smoking, I actually got more hyper. And I needed to do something. So that may come out in this whole thing. Go.
That could.
I'll let you know for sure. I had a couple questions. I did have... Do you wrap? Because it's something that I do because I have 3 kids. I buy a special wrapping paper for each kid.
Oh, for each kid. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because then they know under the tree, like,
which is theirs, whose is whose.
And then it also helps me kind of keep track. But so it's like penguins are Austin, a snowman, or Santa Claus is usually Trevor because he's the youngest, and I have that kind of thing. So that's something that I do as a Christmas tradition. Do you have a Christmas tradition that you do?
With the wrapping, what I do is I just make sure that I don't use the same wrapping paper for gifts from mommy and daddy and gifts from Santa. Because Caleb is 9, so he's getting to that age where he's going to figure it out. But you got to be extra careful. And so that's one of those things I started doing a few years ago is Santa has his own wrapping paper. We have our own wrapping paper, so we don't intermingle the wrapping papers, and he'd be able to notice that. But I only have one child, so we we use a lot of variety, and I enjoy wrapping. I like to wrap presents and stack them and do all that. I love Christmas. I love Christmas time. I love Christmas shopping, and
I do too.
I love the chaos of it. I think just because like we've talked about, that's why I do okay in chaos. I don't do okay in messes. But I do okay in chaos.
I do okay in chaos. I don't do okay in clean things. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. My absolute favorite thing to do for Christmas is the stocking stuffers. I go a little bit overboard. Okay?
Really? That's cute.
My mom was really, really good about the stocking stuffers. It was one of the things, it was the highlights. It was the first thing we did. Everybody get your stocking. And then we would go through and she would take the time and just make it very, very personalized and wonderful. And I was an only kid. So just like, Caleb, those were the things that she spent a lot of extra time on, And so with my kids, I take it a little overboard. And I get them, I go and I look at all those different candy things. Like maybe you have a Pez and I'll get them each a different Pez. And then, all the candies will be different in the stocking. They'll get razors. I'll get shampoos, I'll get condition, all the things that they like. And then their favorite candy sits in front, and it's just, the whole thing is usually overflowing.
Yeah.
And the saddest thing for me is, and Austin brought it up, he's like, your stocking's always empty. I'm like, no, I put candy in the bottom of it.
Right.
I'm going to get candy, and I say that would be the one thing about Christmas that they're getting older. And the fact that he's recognizing that would mean my stocking is not always going to end up empty. And last Christmas, he did put stuff in my stocking.
Oh, that's so cute.
He did. And I didn't think anybody even noticed it, but he noticed it. And so, but even when I was with these people, my relationships, I call them people, possibly not. But they were not very thoughtful in that way. Mm-hmm. So I carried most of those holiday type things. So I can tell you, in the beginning, when I didn't have a relationship, I felt like I was missing a piece from the holidays. That's when you want to be with somebody, and I don't feel like that anymore.
Okay.
I don't. And I feel really good about not being sad about the things that they don't do on Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's replaced that with happiness that I have this and I created this and this is what's around me and I did it.
Yeah.
I did it, and they have a good Christmas because of what I did. And they're going to carry these memories forward, hopefully forever. I just thought that was, that's my favorite thing is the stockings. Do you do stocking stuffers?
Yeah, we do stockings. They're not as big a thing like what you were saying to us, but I do. I feel it's Caleb's especially. I get my husband stuff. Some years my husband will remember to get me stuff in my stocking, but
so you feel that
I relate to the moms is usually the empty one because we're the one filling them and doing all that stuff. So, yeah, but we have our traditions where every year my side of the family gets together on Christmas Eve, and we've done this whole thing for years and years and years. So. Since I was a kid. So we still do that. I would say that's probably consider my biggest tradition is my family getting together. And we always do appetizers on Christmas Eve. And then the kids, we open the presents we got each other's kids or each other. Mm-hmm. And then, in the next morning is when your own kid opens the presents at home. So everyone gets to open a lot of presents on Christmas Eve, usually when we buy a bunch for each other.
So you don't get together on Christmas Day? That's just for your family?
My family at home, and then we go to my husband's side of the family, and they just usually have a big Christmas dinner at somebody's house. He has a big family, so all his aunts and stuff, so we do that, and it's a lot of people. On Christmas Day, we always do it in the evening, or 3 or something. So
I used to have, I have every year had Christmas Eve at my house, and the kids and Austin will sleep over and we'll do, hot chocolate and play. Usually we're playing Mario Party or Mario Kart. And then we wake up and we do our Christmas presents together. And Vonda, my stepmother, has been saying, oh, we're doing Christmas Eve. And I have said, no, you're not going to invade my freaking tradition with my kids. This year, she said it 5 minutes before I came on here. She said, we're doing Christmas Eve at my house. Mm-hmm. We're doing Christmas Eve at my house. And it's because I want to have it with just the family so that we can open presents. And then I go, what about, she goes, you have to split it with me. And I just yesed her, processing. And then I said, what about Christmas? And she's like, well, that's here too, but that's with the whole family because they've got a lot of people. And so she just wants to do her, the kids and her grandkids. Because when everybody gets there, you miss out on people opening presents that she's, and I get that. I totally get that. So I'm processing it, and I've decided not to give her a hard time. And the reason is because she's 75. My dad's 70. And I'm trying to keep these memories with my kids, but why can't I give a little bit for her and it means something for her and leave and then go still sleep at my house and wake up and do Christmas morning, Yeah. So I'm going to open myself up to that. And I was very stubborn before, and I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to give.
Well, good. I'm proud of you. It's a Christmas spirit, Christy, because that's true. Your kids, with your kids being grown now, just tell them we're staying up late. So that way when you're done over there, you could still go home and do hot chocolate and stay up a little while. Yeah. And have a sleepover. That's fun.
And if I tell her we have a cutoff time, because I do want to have my time playing games with my kids, she'll respect that because I've given too. So I want to tell her when we're done with this, I'm going to tell her that that's my plan and I'm going to give to her this year. She only asked for heirloom seeds. I've never even heard of it. Heirloom seeds.
Heirloom seeds and worms. That's what she wants for Christmas.
Yes.
She's going to grow tomatoes, and those worms are going to help with her tomatoes. I don't know.
Okay, she's my apocalypse planner, though. I want you to know that. So she's got the generator. She's got the water. She's got a freaking. Can you see this? Hold on. Oh, crap. Hold on. Go back on here. Okay. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. Okay. See that? The cans?
Yep.
Okay. That's all food. All of it. It's a store. It's a freaking store, Phoebe. And, it's completely full. I can't hear you.
No, I'm here.
Oh, now I hear you. Did I unplug something? God, I'm such an idiot. You hear me? I
hear you. Uh-huh.
I don't know. Something happened. Hold on. I hear you a little bit, but I don't hear you in my headphones.
Not saying much.
Now I hear you in the laptop.
Testing. I'm getting so much gray hair. Oh my God. I can't see it right now.
Well, I think it can still hear us. So I think I'm being recorded, but I have no. Oh, duh. Hold on. I'm going to find it. Hello. Well, let's do this. Let's finish this episode right here. Hopefully I can close this off. If not, then I'm just going to have to fix it. But let's see, I can't hear you at all.
I was muted. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. All right, so let's do this. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Sorry, we're ending this like in chaos. Like
chaos.
I mean, it's chaos, Phoebe. It's total chaos.
This whole week was chaos. We didn't go over how work was. Oh.
Well, I hear you a little bit. Nothing's in my head. What the hell? Speak.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's chaos. So I'm just going to say bye. And
yeah. Thank you so much.
Talk to you soon.
Chaos. Enjoy your Christmas chaos.
Yeah, enjoy your Christmas chaos.
I know you're experiencing it too.
This episode of Code Green Plant was sponsored by Simply Vibin LLC. Code Green Plant is a Simply Vibin production hosted by Christy Chanel along with her co-host Phoebe James. This podcast is not intended to be used for medical advice and is solely the opinion of the host. Please consult your physician. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Want more? Visit www.simplyvibin.com. And a special thank you to the core group of people who helped with the creation of the Code Green Plant podcast. We appreciate you simply vibing with us.
Code Green Plant.